Hi everybody and welcome to Brunch Business. Here we are having a beautiful cup of tea and some Madeira cake, and sometimes I wonder why we go on with all this elaborate creams and icings and whatever, because I really enjoy a nice bit of plain cake. I don't know about you.
Yeah, well, it's Madeira cake. It's not quite plain. It's beautiful. That little bit of Spanish influence.
Exactly. But actually, now that I've touched it, Gary, I remember when you bought this for me. We were in Melbourne. It's just reminded me.
Yep.
I really love it, by the way. It's a coin. It's a 1959 coin, and you're probably wondering why a 1959 coin.
She's dobbing herself in.
That's the year I was born. But anyway, I love it. Thank you very much for this. I really love it.
It's a shilling.
It's a shilling, is it? Is that what it is?
Oh yes, have a look.
Well, it's not the colour of a shilling.
It's polished to that extreme.
Is
That's what it's all about.
Okay.
Get
That's
your
getting a
fingers
little
off.
bit touched. Better give it another polish. But anyway, I think what I'd like to talk about is how many times over the years, I know I have been asked this in various forms, of a staff member coming to us or to you, I know to me, definitely to me, and saying, I want to quit, I'm not in love with the job anymore, should I quit? And I don't know about you, Gary, but I have in various forms of people saying, I can't work here. So let's say, for instance, Melbourne Casino. When I was there, people would often come up to me, staff members would come up to me and say, I really don't want to work here in Melbourne anymore. It doesn't suit me. I'm not happy here. I want to go overseas and work. Should I go? And I always ask them, is that what you want to do? And why do you want to, what's the true feeling behind you wanting to leave here? And you get various answers, or they want to quit. And I always say to them, as we both do, what's your reasons for wanting to quit?
But it gets quite involved because each case and each person's individual situation is different. Their reason and motivations, whether or not it's their own abilities in the job, whether or not the job is what suits them in the first place, or whether or not it's just the environment or the politics or the culture in which they're actually working. The profession might be right, but the culture or environment mightn't be matching up to their expectations and needs, and not matching their 6 core needs. But the so many times, Jolly, you know this, that it's one of the things that I've dealt with probably more than anything else is this question.
Yeah.
And you've got to make the person understand that yes, if the decision is the right one for them, they've got to wait and make the move properly. And the other advice, you gave this advice to somebody just the other day. If you've decided you're going to leave the job and you're going to leave it and you've set yourself a target that you're going to leave, make sure that between now and that target date you perform
150%. Give it everything you got. This young lady that I spoke to, she said, I've decided I'm going to quit in December. So here we are, and it's getting closer and closer to that time. And I said to her, right, that's fantastic. You've made the decision. No idea what she's going to do, but I said, you've made the decision. That's fantastic. If that's what you want to do it. But until you leave, do yourself a favour and give your job 100% of your effort. She was going in a little bit later. Not that they minded where she worked. And she wasn't performing the task to her full ability. So I've put that on her to start giving it 100. No, to give it, not start give it, to give it 100%. Because not only will that help you to review what your job is truly about, it sets you up for the future.
Yeah. Not only that, you're going to leave the job with a good reputation.
Exactly. Don't burn your bridges.
Yeah, you're going to have the ability to get a good referral from the people that you're working with, and
you never know where it's going to lead you.
But to go on with yourself, being confident in yourself that you haven't let yourself down as well.
Exactly.
That's probably the major issue. Other circumstances I've come across with the same question being asked to me, I've actually been involved with the person in their role in one particular case, and this guy has got so much potential, but he gets frustrated with other people, and I had to get him to sit back had to get him to sit back and understand that he has to find a methodology of dealing with that as well. And until you develop those skills, don't walk away from the fight that's in front of you either. Make sure that you make the best of yourself by actually finding a way to actually advance yourself.
Yeah.
And he had such this particular guy, and it's not a unique situation either in any way, but he comes to mind quite often. The fact of the matter was he had so much to learn out of this company that he was with, and they respected him so highly, which he didn't identify as well. And leaving them at that period of time was not going to be good for him in what he could learn, and also the possibility if he learnt and got over the frustrations, he could have been in a really senior position of upper management within the company in a very short period of time.
Yeah, well, with my client, I think the other thing was that the business wasn't developing the way she foresaw, foreseen, whatever the word is, it should go. And then they weren't willing to change, and getting back to the 6 core needs, she was so certain. She had that much certainty. There was no variety. There was no uncertainty, so no room to grow. So she felt that she'd gone far enough. But I think the other thing is to recognise is what the job has given you. So all the years that you've worked there, whether it's 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, recognise what the job has given you. And this is what I asked her to do as well, was to make sure that she gave it 100%. You never know where that could lead you just by giving it 1% extra every day.
That's right. But I'm going to take you down the opposite path now. I'm going to take you down the path of somebody being... No. Honestly, it's the truth. The question has 2 directions. You know, should I leave this job now? And sometimes, and you're listening to
sometimes you have to.
No, you're listening to a guilty party here. Staying in the job that you're in without being able to move forward.
Okay, handling this okay.
Of course I am. The staying in a job that you are stuck in, and not stuck, not necessarily stuck and not being able to find your own comfort in it, but your belief in that job, and you're staying there even though you've either suppressed or I guess you are stuck.
Yeah.
Don't stay too long. Just make sure you get out, because often we think...
Are you happy now?
I'm perfectly happy now. Yeah. But I stayed too long in a job. I know that I stayed there too long. I stayed there because they were not prepared to listen to me, but I gave them my loyalty, and I believed in the fairy tale that things would get better. I believed that they would change. But the leopard spots just don't change.
Yeah, sometimes
so
you've
make
got to
sure that you do recognise when you have to go
and have an exit plan.
Yeah, but don't leave yourself short. No. Don't leave yourself in a position.
Have somewhere to go to.
Yeah, and a plan where you're getting to.
An exit plan.
Most important.
Yeah. So I think that's the message again today, is make sure you've got an exit plan.
Should I leave this job?
Should I not?
Okay, thanks very much, guys. See you later.
Bye. And keep smiling. Smile, Gary.
I am. Bye now.
Bye.